Okay, you know what time it is. Time for me to put in yeoman's work. 600 through 551, 600 triple frontier, um, Ben Affleck. It's just special forces. Looking at my notes here, it's been a while. I believe it was Netflix. I watched it when it first came out. So these special forces operatives, they reunite to plan a heist in South America. I think they're trying to get gold. I love those type of movies, where they're trying to get treasure or something like that. But I just remember it being entertaining. It's a good movie. 599 New Jack City. Wesley Snipes, he plays a New York City drug tycoon, and Ice-T and Jude Nelson, they go undercover to try and bring him down. It's got Chris Rock in the movie. Um, you know, the infamous the Carter. That's where I guess the drug lab is. Um, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's a good movie, definitely. Um, Let me see here. Next up, we have got 598 Maze Runner. First one, really good. Second one's not bad. I've seen all three. The premise is a little nebulous, you could say. I don't want to tell you the premise because if I remember, they don't explain. That's part of the movie, right? Is you don't know what's going on until later. So I'm not going to explain the premise, but some people might not find a problem with it. But yeah, I think it's a little nebulous, but they're good movies, especially the first one. 597 Dead Presidents. This film takes a lot of time on plot development. It's kind of like two films in one. It shows like the first half, like they're war buddies and kind of what happens in war, and then the second half they're back. I think it's like in New York City, but they kind of plan a big heist at the end. But so it's kind of a lot of plot development, but it's good. Like it's a good movie, definitely. Okay, next up, 596 K-19. Movie is about a Russian submarine. Harrison Ford plays the I don't know, the colonel or the general or whatever, the Russian submarine, and there's a nuclear leak on board, and it's a crazy intense movie. Um, yeah, good acting, good movie, good movie. You don't really hear. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. You don't really hear people talk about it too much. um, See if my voice is gonna work. 595. Sorry about that. Let me give me 1 second here. Okay, 595. Escape from Alcatraz. Basically, Clint Eastwood, he's playing 3D chess with a warden the entire movie. I mean, it is what it says, right? Escape from Alcatraz. Good movie, definitely. Pretty highly rated, I believe, on IMDb. 594 Hands of Stone. The Roberto Duran story from Panama. Kind of a different perspective on the infamous No Mas from Duran. Remember, he beat Sugar Ray Leonard in the first fight, and then the infamous in the second fight, he said no mas. But this is kind of like I said, a different perspective on it. I don't even want to tell you what that perspective is. Just watch the movie, I would say. It's Duran was a champion at 4 different weight classes. I mean, I don't know who's done it the most. That might be the record. I should look that up. One of the best pound for pound boxers ever. I mean, By the way, if you want to see what I think might be the best knockout in boxing history, was when Duran moved up weight class to fight Thomas Hearns. Hearns, landed a punch that was just unbelievable if you want to YouTube it. But yeah, um, Hands of Stone, great movie. Okay, next up, 593, Knives Out, a cool whodunit movie. I forgot that actor's name. What's that actor's name? Anyway, better than the classic movie Clue, in my opinion. And I'll add the classic movie Clue, and I'm gonna add Murder on the Orient Express. I wasn't a fan of Clue. Was okay. Murder on the Orient Express, not a fan of it, but I guess it was okay. 592. This might be you might want to skip a minute here on this, because I might give a little bit of a spoiler on this movie because of my frustration. Letters from Iwo Jima. Um, yeah, not a huge fan of the movie. I mean, it wasn't bad, but correct me if I'm wrong. If I remember right, the Japanese leader, he just like refuses to leave the cave system, like the entire time. And it was like, I need to Google that or rewatch it. I was like, why will this guy not leave the cave system to fight? And why is, like, Eastwood directed the movie, he's so good at that. But maybe I'm just imagining it or something. I don't know, but it was just kind of weird to me. But it was a good movie. Okay, next up we've got Savages. California entrepreneurs, they run a lucrative business growing marijuana, then they end up going to war with the cartel. Kind of a long movie. John Travolta is in the movie. I think he's working like for the CIA or something, but I'm a little worried that I have this movie ranked too high, but I don't think I do. I think it's a good movie, but I don't know. I know it's a good movie. I just don't know if it should be this high. Sorry, that's my chair again. Okay, 590, Sleepers. Four friends get abused at a reformatory school, and one of them ends up being an assistant DA. I don't want to give away the movie, but the movie's a little overrated. Kind of a long movie. Kind of like you kind of know where it's going to go, but that's why I would say that. But it's a solid movie, good acting. Okay, next up, 589, Silence. Two 17th century Portuguese missionaries go to Japan. They get caught and must renounce their faith or face a prolonged, agonizing death. It's a Scorsese film. Am I saying that? Saying his name right? Um, and I believe that's what the Japanese did to Christians in real life. So it's an intense movie. It's who do they have? Who is in it? Andrew Garfield and Adam Driver is in it. Adam Driver. So yeah, it's pretty good. 588, A River Runs Through It. Kind of an existential movie about a family in Montana. Great cinematography, obviously. Yeah, not too much to say about it. Like I said, an existential movie just means, it's just kind of their life. It's not any kind of major theme unless you take something from the movie, right? If you existentialism, a lot of the time it's the spirituality, so it's like, yeah, there is something to it, right? It's what each person takes, but it's more like when it's existential, it's more everyone's going to take something else from those type of movies. Is what I'm trying to say, at least in my opinion. Okay, next up, 587. What doesn't kill you? Two small-time criminals. It shows their struggles trying to make money, and then there's a big heist, and it's Mark Ruffalo and Ethan Hawke. Just solid movie, crime movie. Um, 586 South Central, really good father-son drama about life in the hood. I don't really want to tell you too much and give anything away, but I don't know the actor's name, but he's a good actor. Yeah, so South Central, solid. 585, A Dangerous Method. Some people aren't going to like this movie. I need to rewatch it. I can't even say I liked it a ton, but I know it's an important movie. And this is one I definitely need to rewatch. Well, maybe. I said that about Second Thoughts, like kind of like what was the movie I had second thoughts about earlier? The Fountain. Yeah. So this one, it's just gonna make me overthink. But it's about Sigmund Freud's relationship with Carl Jung, and those are probably the two biggest fathers, quote unquote, fathers of psychology. Um, and they both fall for an unbalanced patient, the lady, and yeah, so it's a competition. I was reading a book several years ago about their competition. It's crazy that they knew each other, but yeah, the book, some of the stuff I was reading was probably even more crazy than this movie. I mean, uh, yeah, so just educational wise, it's worth. Sorry, it's my dog there making noise. He wants the fan on right now in the house, but I think I'm worried the fan's gonna make too much noise. But I'll turn it on here in a little bit. But I got this big box fan that I just kind of turn on for him. But lost my train of thought. Yeah, it's educational wise, it's worth watching. It's got, who does it got? Viggo Mortensen and Fassbender are the two psychologists. Um, okay, next up we have got 584, The Nutty Professor. I think they made two of these. I've seen the first. I might have seen the second, but don't remember it. But Eddie Murphy, my opinion, his best movie. Sherman Klump, pretty funny name, creates a miraculous weight loss solution, but it also changes his personality as well. Eddie Murphy plays 7 different characters. It's unbelievable. It's funny movie. 583, The Fighter, based on a true story. Bell is unreal in this movie. Wahlberg is Wahlberg. I probably should have this higher, but the boxer he played in real life, I don't want to give anything away, but he wasn't. I can just tell you, he wasn't a phenomenal boxer in real life. I mean, that really shouldn't take away from the movie, but it kind of does with me personally a little bit. But it's just that it's Wahlberg, you know what I mean? And it's like the movie probably should be higher just because of Christian Bale, but it's a good movie, obviously, very highly rated. 582, Hell or High Water. Two desperate brothers rob some banks to avoid foreclosure of their family ranch. Chris Pine and how did I forget the other person? Somehow I forgot. It's been a while. I remember seeing this at like the movie theater. Um, yeah, it's a highly rated movie if I remember right. It's Jeff Bridges is in it, but that's not the other actor I was thinking of. It's a good movie, very good movie. Okay, yeah, I was kind of thinking it was Ben Foster, and that's who it is. Next, 581, Alive. Unbelievable true story of Uruguay's rugby team plane crash in the Andes Mountains. They do whatever it takes to survive. Don't want to give anything away whatsoever. Ethan Hawke is in the movie. Can't say I know the other actors or remember who they are. Um, Also, I'm going to include the movie Arctic, which is not bad. Not a bad movie, but not a list worthy movie. Um, okay, 580 Deliverance. I actually just watched this a year or two ago, and it's a classic. It's a crazy, creepy movie. You know, friends go canoeing in rural they go canoeing in Georgia, and what seems like an incestuous family harass them. And man, that part with Ned Beatty was very disturbing and funny at the same time. But yeah, that was a crazy movie, you know. But I guess a good movie, you know. It's stuff like that probably happens, you know. I mean, um, you hear about it in the United States, like in the national forest. They say all this in different national parks, I guess. Just crazy stuff happens that people don't even know about, you know. It's just crazy. Okay, next up, 579, Into the Wild. Another wilderness movie. Top student, an athlete, kind of becomes a I can't pronounce words anymore. Minimalist, and ventures into the wild of Alaska. Can't say too much, obviously, on this movie. Um, isn't this rated like really high? Like I feel like it's a little overrated. It's a very good movie. I wouldn't say very good. It's a good movie. It's a solid movie. I just don't know, like, what is the IMDb? Sorry, I should be more prepared, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's a different movie, right? So that's why I give it the credit. And let me give me a second. Next up, 578, Centurion. The Romans and Picts do battle. Picts. Cool atmosphere for battle. Just some of the women are warriors too, if I remember right. I just remember it just kind of you know, these types of movies. You know, these movies. I like these movies like Pilgrimage and Centurion, and just war movies, just adventure movies. You know, 577 Hard Eight. Don't remember the movie too well. It's a crime movie. You never really hear about it. Who are the actors' name? I know Samuel L. Jackson is in the movie. That guy in the movie. No, I was gonna say the wrong guy. Yeah, I don't know the actor's name, so I can't tell you. But John C. Riley. Who's yeah? Anyway, this movie, it's a good crime movie, and it's solid. Did I get mixed up on the order there? Give me 1 second. But 576 Hoodlum, 1930s Harlem, another mob movie starring Lawrence Fishburne. There's three main bosses, all kind of out trying to smart each other, out battle each other. Who is it? Tim Roth and Andy Garcia are the other ones in the movie. It's solid. It's a solid movie. Okay, my bad. I had to learn how to cut the clips. I got two of the movies, the order mixed up, but I fixed it. Um, okay, 575, The Accountant, Ben Affleck. Sorry, I've been saying his name wrong. My bad. I knew I was saying it wrong. Affleck is a brilliant autistic accountant who moonlights as a highly skilled assassin for dangerous criminal organizations. That's pretty much the gist of it. Affleck, um, I don't, I don't know. I just, I feel like he didn't do it. Like he's not like really. I don't believe he's that guy. Like I need to rewatch the movie. I know they made the second accountant, but I don't know like if his character is believable. Like they could have got someone else to play to do a better job. Like I don't know like if he's typecast for that role is what I'm trying to say. But I need to give it another chance and watch it. Um, yeah, so I went rambling on there. 574, The Constant Gardener. British diplomat relocates to Kenya and then investigates the mysterious circumstances around his wife's death. Uh, yeah, good movie. Definitely good movie. I don't know what else to really tell you about it. I'll get that actor's name wrong too. Ralph Fiennes. Is that how you say it? Um, 573, Far and Away, a little bit of a romance. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Um, they travel from Ireland to America, wanting to claim free land in Oklahoma, but they get sidetracked in Boston. Good acting, good chemistry, obviously, and it's an underrated movie in my opinion. 572. Make sure I'm getting this in the right order. The Natural, another baseball movie, a little farcical, the whole plot and everything, but definitely a solid movie. Definitely. The Natural is a good movie. 571, Nomadland. Just a different type of movie. Francis McDermott, I'm probably getting that name wrong, travels across the U.S. in her RV, kind of shows what the life is like. Not kind of, does show the life, and I don't know if I'm about that life after watching that movie. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. If you've got the money, it would be fun to travel in an RV, but like in the movie, she's just barely getting by. All these, I'm losing my voice again. She's all these different jobs to make it month to month. Let me stop it here. Next up, we've got 570, Papillon. True story of Henry Papillon, framed for murder and condemned to life in the notorious penal colony on Devil's Island. Yeah, it's just a good. Come on, let's go, voice. Drink some water. I can't even tell you the actors' names. It's a complete battle, and I like those types of movies. Battle for survival. Solid, solid. 569, After the Sunset. Underrated movie with Pierce Brosnan and Woody Harrelson. Brosnan is a career criminal, and Harrelson is tracking him. I think he works for like the FBI. Good scenery in the Bahamas. It's got J Lo. I think almost positive. Yeah, it's After the Sunset. Very underrated movie. 568. Ready Player One. I know a lot of people I talk to absolutely love this movie. I think it's solid. I don't love it. A sci-fi movie about a virtual reality where people would rather be in VR than the real world in the year 2045. There's a digital Easter egg hidden in the VR world, and I don't want to give too much away, but it's solid. Definitely solid. I think I explained it good enough. Okay, next up. 567 The Outsiders, movie about a teen gang in Oklahoma gets crazy after one of them kills someone in a gang fight. um, Been a very long time since I've seen the movie, and even then it was like I would always watch bits and pieces of it at different times, and it's doesn't have like a lot of really good actors in it. uh, I might be wrong on that. I don't think that's true. I mean, I know it's got Patrick Swayze, but yeah, um, yeah, it's solid. I'm surprised it's not higher on the IMDb. I know they like to really um, rate those classics higher. I know they like to do that. Not all the time. 566 Godzilla slash King Kong. I think Godzilla, seen the first one, 2014. I think it's really clever movie. I saw one of the King Kongs, and it was pretty good. You know, so when I get into, I got a note here when I talk about the Avengers movies, and I've seen all the Avengers and the Iron Mans, Captain America's, Thor's. I haven't seen the newest Thor. I've seen like the first 8 or 9 X-Men. It's all gonna be all the Marvel. It's all gonna be one movie, and then I'll try to talk about all the movies in the series. Same thing with X-Men, but same thing I'm gonna do with Godzilla, King Kong. It's all one, but I need to watch the second and third Godzilla because I'm gonna give you a little teaser here. Um, the Avengers, X-Men, especially the Avengers, it's not going to be rated as high as you might think because the superhero movies. It's man. Before I start talking, give me a second on the stopping the clip here. I don't want to get too much into it and spoil it, but the Avengers movies and the X-Men movies are great movies. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to feel the peer pressure to put those movies like in the top 20, top 30, top 50. I just don't want to. I just don't really want to do that. But I'll explain my rationale when we get there. Um, Let me see here. 565, The Score, De Niro, Edward Norton. It's not a very complicated movie, but it's a good movie. It's a crime movie. Maybe this should be a little lower, but um, I think some people are going to like it higher just because of the acting. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with it where it's at. 564, Fast and Furious 7. Remember, I'm just supposed to pick the best one, right? And I did. I've seen like the first 8 or 9, and then it just, I think at number 8, it just, the plot gets really goofy. And I did, like, I can't remember which one. There's like 3 or 4 I thought were pretty good, but yeah, the Fast and Furious. I mean, surely you can pick one of the movies that makes it almost in the top 550, right? You know, one problem though, I just remember watching the cars, and a lot of the scenes, it just seemed like the cars weren't really going that fast, you know? If I remember right. But I thought that was kind of weird. Maybe I'm just completely mistaken on that. But I'm rambling on. I think they're pretty good movies until the plot just got really goofy. But I don't think I've seen the newest one. Let me see. Okay, moving on. 563. Free State of Jones. Matthew McConaughey plays Newt Knight. Kind of a cool name, huh? Newt Knight. A Southerner doesn't believe in slavery. He becomes a deserter and leads a rebellion with the slaves and created basically a resistance to the Confederacy. So, yeah, it's not very highly rated, but it's McConaughey and he's an unreal actor. So, cool, you know? Sorry, I need to not be distracted by my phone. Syriana 562. Pretty complicated geopolitical film. George Clooney focusing on the Middle East. Very solid. It does get kind of complicated. I'm even a little confused on it. Um, yeah, so if you like the geopolitical Middle East, it's still type of stuff. It's still a relevant movie. Go ahead and check it out. By the way, I forgot to say, I'm gonna include. We're after Fast and Furious 7. I'm gonna include Gone in 60 Seconds. I haven't seen the end of the movie, but I think it's a pretty good movie. Seen most of it. Let me see. Give me a second. Next up, we have 561 Butterfly Effect, Aston Kutcher. Movie's a little bit dark. I think there's alternative endings. I think, but Kutcher can travel back in time when he reads his journal to affect the past, but he kind of keeps messing up. That's all I can tell you. Obviously, it's a good movie. 560, very underrated movie here. Rob the Mob, based on a true story, involves kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde type of couple, the mob and the FBI. I don't want to give anything away. Again, based on a true story, just solid, very good movie. 559, Cocktail. Cruise and his buddy trying to make it big in life. I mean, it's that simple. They're both. What are they? What was I going to say? They both trying to make money, and they're both hooking up with different women, and you know, it's not a highly rated movie, but it's a classic, right? There's certain classics I've got to be a little subjective, right? I mean, it's Tom Cruise, right? So, not that I'm a fan of him and with the stuff he does in his life, not at all, but he's a very good actor, in my opinion. Okay. 558, Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, 1974 movie, Clint Eastwood, Jeff Bridges, George Kennedy, criminals trying to pull off robberies. The plot is very good. I don't want to give anything away. Just tell you that Thunderbolt and Lightfoot is a very good movie. Yeah, definitely. 557, 12 Years a Slave. Good movie, great acting. Should be higher, but I have a reason, but don't want to spoil the movie. Go ahead and ask me why if you want. I think the reason's a little bit obvious, but yeah, it's very solid, very highly rated. Didn't it win Picture of the Year? Could be wrong on that. 556. Like, I'm looking at this list and I'm wondering, is this a little too high? I don't think so. The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. I know they're treasure seekers in 1925 Sahara Desert, unintentionally set off events in motion. Like, I know that there was a remake. I haven't seen it with Crow and Cruise. That was not good, I heard. But yeah, I don't know if this movie is a little too high, but I'm looking at the movies that are that are below it, and I don't see like anything like wow and just incredible, you know. We haven't got there yet. We have not gotten to the incredible movies yet, so I think I'm okay with the Mummy where it's at. But one second. Okay, next up we have 555 Stir of Echoes, horror mystery movie. Kevin Bacon is hypnotized and then things get crazy. It's not a long movie. It's a good movie. Is a little scary. I told you I'm not into the supernatural movies, but I don't consider this to be like a horror movie, you know, all the way. So I'm gonna include this movie. You know, I'm gonna have some scary movies. Like I'm gonna have like Silence of the Lambs and you know, but like movies like how did I forget the classic movie? How did I forget it with Jack Nicholas. Jack Nicholas or Jack Nicholson? No, the golfer. I always get them mixed up. But how am I forgetting the name of the classic movie, which I have seen? The Shining. Like, yeah, The Shining's too far. Like, I'm just not gonna start including those types of movies, even though it's an incredible movie. 554, The Warriors, absolutely classic movie about gangs in New York. This might be the movie about gangs, and it's an old. Well, there's better ones, but this is an old movie that stands the test of time, and it's high IMDb as well. Um, okay, next up, 553, Black Klansman. They infiltrate the KKK. Need to rewatch it. Wasn't blown away, and it might be because of Adam Driver. Like speaking of Adam Driver, like I mentioned him. Oh yeah, I forgot I had seen him in the movie I mentioned earlier, Scorsese. Silence. Okay, I forgot, but like I'm not a fan of the guy, and that's probably why I didn't like the movie. Like the movie Prey. Like what in the heck was that? That was a terrible sci-fi. Then I saw him in White Noise. Couldn't stand his character. Um, but yeah, you know, maybe that's why I wasn't a huge fan of Black Klansman. I don't know, but 552, The Campaign. So Will Ferrell, right? You know, the problem is a lot of his movies. I don't believe he's the guy he's playing. I think he's over the top in too many movies. And then, like I told you on my first video, the comedy, it's just not funny because Will Ferrell's trying too hard to be funny. But he's very good in certain movies. So, um, in this movie, I believe he's that guy. Like, I believe Will Ferrell is the guy he's playing, the politician. And I can't say this other guy, Zach G, you know, he's so funny. And The Campaign, it's just a hilarious movie. I'm gonna include Get Hard. It almost made the top 700, by the way. You know, Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell. That's a funny movie. But yeah. So give me a second. Believe we have one more. Bringing Out the Dead. Scorsese again. Cage, Nicolas Cage does a very good job in this movie. It's got Ving Rhames. Hard to watch, you know. They're first responders in New York City, and it's just crazy. You know, I don't love the movie, but I'm rating it kind of high because it's like a unique movie, and it kind of makes you think when you're done watching it. So that wraps up 600 through 551. So I'm gonna try to, put together the pictures again, and I might try to get another batch of 50 in today. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, what I was saying earlier, I don't think we've hit the Incredible movies yet. In fact, I almost know we haven't, at least in my opinion. I think we're going to be getting there pretty soon. I mean, the Incredible movies is probably top 200, 250, but like really solid. I think we're getting close. So I think it's going to get funner. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.